Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and for today's video we're going to be having a special battle to commemorate the channel reaching 900 subscribers recently by recreating the channel's most popular video from the base set through Team Rocket format. On one side, we've got the Venusaur deck going up against the Blastoise deck on the other side, so we'll see which of these two decks can take the victory today. But before we begin, I just want to let everyone know that the channel is quickly reaching 1,000 subscribers, and we're trying to hit that goal before the end of the year. So if you enjoy the content that we put out, please consider leaving a subscribe, it would really help us a lot. And now with it out of the way, let's get into the battle! And here we go, the battle has started, with both players flipping over their starting Pokemon. On the Venusaur side, we've got Kangaskhan as the active Pokemon with the Bulbasaur on the bench, and on the Blastoise side, we've got Articuno as the active Pokemon with two Squirtle on the bench. The Venusaur side is going first, playing Pokemon Trader, swapping out a Doduo from the player's hand for a Bulbasaur from the deck to put onto the bench. So now both players have two basic Pokemon on their bench to start off with, and there's a Grass Energy coming down to the active Kangaskhan, followed by Computer Search as their next trainer card, discarding two cards from their player's hand for any card from the deck. So let's see what they're going to be choosing. It's going to be Professor Oak, to draw 7 brand new cards after discarding their hand. Although I don't think the player had any cards left in their hand, so they just get a free new 7 cards. So let's see what they got. Okay, no more cards are played. They're going straight for the attack, Fetch, to draw a card out of the deck. And now over to the Blastoise side for their first turn. The player's going to be starting off with their own Computer Search, discarding a Super Potion and Item Finder. Search the deck for one card of their own. Okay, there's a card being chosen. It's put face down. They don't have to reveal to their opponent what that card is. Okay, let's see if they play it. Actually, no, they don't. They pass their turn and back over to the Venusaur side. One of the Bulbasaur evolves into Ivysaur, which then gets a Grass Energy. No more cards are played, and then there's another Fetch to draw another card out of the deck. Now back over to the Blastoise side. There's Pokemon Breeder, evolving one of the Squirtle directly into Blastoise, followed by Professor Oak. Okay, so that's why they didn't play it last turn. They didn't want to discard this Blastoise. Okay, they're getting 7 brand new cards. Let's see if they got any energy. Okay, there's the Rain Dance Pokemon Power activating, accelerating 2 energy onto the active Articuno, followed by Computer Error. And now both players can draw up to 5 cards from their deck, but it also automatically ends the player's turn. Now back over to the Venusaur side, they just got a pretty good boost from the Blastoise side with that Computer Error. A Doduo comes down onto the bench, which then gets a Grass Energy, so that's 3 energies on the Venusaur side. And speaking of which, Venusaur comes into play finally, followed by the Fetch attack. Back over to the Blastoise side. Really quick turnaround between these two decks. Bill is played to draw 2 more cards out of the deck, and there's another Rain Dance, giving Articuno 2 more water energies to be fully powered up. And there's the attack. It's going to be the Blizzard attack, hitting for 50 damage. Oh, but the coin flip is going to be Tails. So both Blastoise and Squirtle take 10 damage apiece. Back over to the Venusaur side, Doduo evolves into Dodrio now, activating its Pokemon Power Retreat Aid, reducing the retreat cost of all active Pokemon by 1. Actually, sorry, the active Pokemon on its own side. Okay, Venusaur moved all the energy onto itself before the player activates Pokemon Center to fully heal Kangaskhan, which then gets a new Grass Energy. And now Venusaur moves all the energy on the field onto Kangaskhan to fully power it up to use Comet Punch. There's the attack declared, and now the player gets to flip 4 coins and deal 20 damage times the number of heads. And that is 3 heads, so it's going to be hitting for a total of 60 damage. It was so close to a one-hit KO, but Articuno still has 10 HP remaining. Back over to the Blastoise side now. A new Articuno comes down onto the bench, and the active one gets a 5th Water Energy. And the player activates Super Energy Removal, getting rid of the 5th energy off of Articuno, but also gets rid of 2 energy off of Kangaskhan. And there's the attack once again, another Blizzard attack, hitting it for another 50. Oh, but that's a second Tails. So the benched Pokemon on the Blastoise side takes some more damage. Okay, back over to the Venusaur side. Venusaur activates its ability, moving 1 energy off of Kangaskhan onto itself. As Kangaskhan cannot use Comet Punch anymore, so the player's just trying to conserve energy. The energy attachment from the hand comes down to the Dodrio on the bench. Actually, but the player looks like they've changed their mind, taking the energy off of Kangaskhan to put onto Bulbasaur. As Kangaskhan will be getting KO'd, the player passes their turn, And on the Blastoise side, they play no cards, going straight for the attack to take the first KO of the game against Kangaskhan, and the coin flip is finally heads, meaning the Venusaur side takes 10 damage for every Pokemon on their bench. So Blastoise takes the early lead, 5 prizes to 6. Venusaur comes up as the new active Pokemon now. So let's see what the player can do. If they just have one more energy in their hand, they can take the KO. Bulbasaur evolves into Ivysaur. And a Rainbow Energy comes down to Dodrio. Rainbow Energy deals 10 damage onto Dodrio. And there's the Energy Trance, moving all the energy from the bench Pokemon up to the active Venusaur to take the KO with Solar Beam. Rainbow Energy does count as every energy type, so it still meets the requirements. Yeah, there's Solar Beam taking the KO against Articuno, and now Venusaur takes their first prize. The second Articuno comes out of the active spot now, and let's see if the player has any energy cards to play. There's the Rain Dance, and yeah, that's 3 water energy coming down onto the active Articuno. Another Squirtle comes down to the bench, and there's the Nightly Garbage Run, searching the player's discard pile for Articuno and 2 water energies to shuffle back into the deck. So with Articuno having 3 water energy, the player can at least use Freeze Dry to hit for 30 damage and possibly paralyze this Venusaur. Oh, but before the attack, there's another computer search, discarding another computer search and a computer error to search the deck for any card. And the one chosen that time is going to be Professor Oak. So it looks like the player's going to be trying to dig through their deck for the 4th water energy to use Blizzard. So let's see if they get it. There's the Bill first of all to draw 2 more cards out of the deck. And there's Rain Dance. And that's 2 more energy, so they might have the Super Energy removal. Yes, they do! Super Energy removal takes 2 energy off of Venusaur by discarding the 5th energy off of Articuno. So Venusaur will not be able to attack on the following turn. There's the attack. I believe it's going to be Blizzard. Yeah, that's 50 damage. Blizzard. Oh, but it's going to be another Tails, so more damage coming down into the Blastoise bench. And one of the Squirtles is down to just 10 HP remaining. On the Venusaur side, the player benches a second Doduo and a Scyther. The benched Ivysaur evolves into a second Venusaur now, and the player activates Gust of Wind to bring up the opponent's Blastoise. It looks like they're going to be trying to stall out the turn, as Blastoise does not have any energy to attack or retreat. Scyther gets a Grass Energy attached. And then the player activates Professor Oak to discard the rest of their hand to draw 7 brand new cards. So they might be trying to dig for the next Pokemon Center to heal their active Venusaur. Let's see what they get. Okay, there's the Energy Trance, moving the 2 energy off of Venusaur onto Scyther, so Scyther is fully powered up in case the player wants to attack with it. And yes, there's the next Pokemon Center, healing all the damage off of everything on the Venusaur side. Pokemon Center is a really powerful trainer card in this format, but if it heals any Pokemon with energy cards, those energy will have to be discarded, which is why Venusaur has to move them away from itself. Okay, so all the energy gets spread out between Scyther and both Venusaur, just in case the Blastoise player has any more super energy removal. There's the Nightly Garbage Run, searching the discard pile for a Dodrio, and 2 Grass Energies to shuffle back into the deck. So the Venusaur player needs 1 more energy to start attacking once again. That's going to be it. Turn passes back over to the Blastoise side. Blastoise is stuck in the active spot for now. The player activates Computer Search, discarding a Water Energy and a Computer Error to search for any card from their deck. So let's see if they have any more energy to attack or retreat with this Blastoise. Oh, but actually they got the switch from their deck to get it out of the active spot for free. And now Articuno comes back up. And now the player activates Goop Gas Attack to shut off all Pokemon powers until the end of the opponent's next turn. There's the attack Blizzard, dealing 50 damage. Oh, but that's going to be another Tails, so the Squirtle on the bench takes 40 damage for the KO. So Venusaur takes the prize for that one. Okay, over to the Venusaur side now. They cannot activate their Pokemon powers because of the Goop Gas attack, so Venusaur cannot move energy around with its Energy Trance ability. So they just pass their turn after attaching a Grass Energy onto Dodrio. On the Blastoise side, another Articuno comes down. And there's the Blizzard attack to take the KO against Venusaur, and there's the coin flip. And another Tails! So more damage coming down onto the bench. That is 5 Tails, I believe. And only 1 head so far. Okay, the next Venusaur comes up. And he gets the second Grass Energy. Followed by its ability Energy Trance, moving the final 2 energy off of the bench onto itself to fully power up its Solar Beam attack. Another Bulbasaur comes down onto the bench. There's the attack declared, Solar Beam to take the KO against Articuno. And that is 3 prizes taken by Venusaur now. The next Articuno comes into the active spot now. The player activates Energy Retrieval, discarding a Pokemon Breeder to get back 2 discarded Water Energies. There we go. And there's another Energy Retrieval. Oh, and this time they discard a Blastoise to get back 2 more Water Energies. And it looks like the player had to give up their Pokemon Breeder and Blastoise combo to prioritize getting more Water Energy into play. Okay, there's 3 Water Energy coming onto Articuno. Actually, never mind. That's all 4. So it is fully powered up to use its Blizzard attack. There it is. Deals 50 damage, and it is heads. There we go, finally. 50 damage onto Venusaur, and 10 damage onto every benched Pokemon on the Venusaur side. Over to the Venusaur's turn. Bulbasaur evolves into Ivysaur. And then Ivysaur gets a Grass Energy, just in case the active Venusaur gets KO'd. There's an item finder, discarding 2 cards from the player's hand. So search the discard pile for any trainer to add to their hand. And the one chosen is going to be Nightly Garbage Run. And let's see what they get this time. Venusaur. And 2 Grass Energies to be shuffled back into the deck. So just in case this active Venusaur gets KO'd, they're going to be having another one ready to go pretty soon. And there's the attack, Solar Beam, to take the KO against Articuno. That is 4 prizes taken by Venusaur so far. They've taken a pretty good lead against Blastoise. 2 prizes remaining to 4. Squirtle comes up as a new active Pokemon with an Articuno on the bench, and that's going to be it! Squirtle's only got 10 HP remaining. It cannot stand up to this Venusaur. There's the attack, another Solar Beam to take the KO. And Venusaur is down to their final prize. Oh, but the Blastoise player finally gets Professor Oak to draw 7 brand new cards. Let's see what they get. They need some energy to take the KO against this Venusaur. Okay, another Articuno comes down. There's an item finder, discarding Computer Error and Pokemon Breeder. Let's see what they get. For an Energy Retrieval, Energy Retrieval discards a Water Energy for 2 more Water Energy. Okay, so trading 1 energy for 2. It's a pretty good trade. Do they have 2 energy in hand, though, to fully power it up? There's the Rain Dance. And yes, that is 4 energy coming down onto Articuno. There's the attack Blizzard to take the KO against Venusaur. And the coin flip is going to be heads. So everything on the Venusaur side takes another 10 damage. So Blastoise has taken their 3rd prize so far, but they're still 2 prizes behind. Let's see if they can make a comeback. Dodrio comes up as the new active Pokemon now. A Ditto comes down onto the player's bench. And Dodrio is going to be retreating to promote Ditto, which activates his Pokemon power, Transform. So now Ditto is a perfect copy of Articuno. No cards are played from the Blastoise side. Articuno attacks with, what was it? That was Freeze Dry that time, hitting for only 30 damage. So Ditto still has 40 HP remaining because of its Transform ability. A 3rd Grass Energy comes down to the benched Ivysaur, and that's it! Still no attacks coming from the Venusaur side. Back over to the Blastoise side. The player counts how many cards are left in their deck. It looks like just 4 cards remaining. There's another attack. It's heads. I don't know if that was Freeze Dry or Blizzard, but either way it's going to be the KO against Ditto. Okay, that was Freeze Dry. So Ditto is paralyzed, meaning its ability shuts off. So it is KO'd because it's only got 50 HP remaining. So Blastoise is making a bit of a comeback. They've taken 4 prizes so far. Dodrio comes up as a new active Pokemon now. And it retreats to promote Doduo. The player's going to be opting to keep the Dodrio in play. Oh, but they have no other cards. Back over to the Blastoise side again. Item Finder discards a War Turtle on maintenance to search their deck, their discard pile for Item Finder. Item Finder discards the plus power to get back 2 more water energies, just in case. So the Blastoise players are just trying to set up as much as they can. And there's the attack. Freeze Dry to take the KO against Doduo, and Blastoise is caught up. There is 1 prize remaining apiece. Dodrio comes up as a new active Pokemon. Does the player have a Venusaur in hand? Oh, they might get it now. Computer Search, discarding 2 cards from the player's hand to search their deck for 1 card that might be the Venusaur. But it still needs 1 more energy to launch its Solar Beam attack. Let's see what they got. Oh, but it's Professor Oak, actually. They're going to be risking it, drawing 7 cards from their deck. They need a Venusaur and a Grass Energy to attack this Articuno. Let's see if they get him. What do they get? What do they get? Yes, they did get the Venusaur, but did they get the final energy? Okay, so Venusaur is going to be going into the active spot. So the player must have the 4th energy in hand. Yes, there it is. So Solar Beam will be coming through. There it is, hitting for 60 damage, just 10 HP short of taking the final KO. Let's see what the Blastoise player can do. They cannot take the 1-hit KO against his Venusaur, it's too strong. There's the maintenance. Shuffling 2 cards from the player's hand to draw 1 card from their deck. Looks like they're going to be trying to dig for something. Probably a Gust of Wind. Let's see if they get it. If they get Gust of Wind, they can take the KO against anything on the bench. Oh, but looks like they did not get it. They're going to be retreating this damaged Articuno to bring up the fresh one. And there's Rain Dance, giving it 3 water energy. Okay, all I can do is Freeze Dry, but let's see if it paralyzes. There's the coin flip, and it is heads! The paralysis does go through. Venusaur is down to just 50 HP. It is paralyzed, so it cannot attack or activate its Pokemon power. So even if the player has the Pokemon Center in hand, they will have to discard all their cards. Oh, but the player can't do anything. They just pass their turn. Back over to the Blastoise side. If they just have 1 more energy, yes, they do. It's going to be the game. There's the final Blizzard attack to take the final KO and the final prize. And there's the handshake. Blastoise is your winner. So what did you guys think of that battle? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holland Phantom logging out.